It's 7:30. Good morning, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. An elderly man has died after a house fire in southern Lake Macquarie. The body of the 81-year-old was found in the remains of his Bukai Road home at YE after fire crews extinguished the blaze late yesterday afternoon. Police are still trying to determine how the fire started. Independent candidate for Swansea, Chris Osborne, has slammed the Labor Greens preference agreement, calling it a slimy deal. He claims the Greens seem to be no better than the major parties, choosing to wheel and deal their way to their own political objectives. Chris Osborne says the preference deal is Labor calling in a favour with the Greens.
What Labor has done this time is called in that favour. And they've said to the Greens, we have some targeted seats that we want to win, and we've got some seats where we might have a problem. So they've done that with Maitland, Port Stephens and Swansea.
It's claimed a composting business near Raymond Terrace is responsible for polluted runoff contaminating the Hunters' drinking water. The Herald reports Gardenland at Eagleton has been operating illegally for more than a decade. Hunter Water wants the business shut down due to its proximity to Grahamstown Dam. However, the company denies it's polluting local waterways. Hunter Medicare Local says better management of chronic disease through the primary healthcare network can greatly reduce health costs. It comes after a report from the National Health Performance Authority identified roughly 4% of the Hunters residents as regular GP users, with 90% of those having at least one long-term health condition. Hunter Medicare Local Deputy Chair Dr Belinda Guest says prevention of disease should not be overlooked.
I think we need to not lose sight of prevention as well, that we need to be sending out some key messages about why people are developing the high rates of chronic disease. So in the Hunter we have higher than average rates of smoking, poor nutrition, alcohol use and low physical activity. So from a prevention point of view, we need to be encouraging people to be adopting healthier lifestyles.
Police are appealing for witnesses to a bizarre crash on the M1 at Mandalong. A Toyota Camry crashed into a boat which had fallen off a trailer just after midnight on Saturday. A female passenger in the car suffered minor injuries. Dungog residents will be celebrating following news Hunter Water will be investing $15 million upgrading the area's wastewater treatment works. The plant hasn't received any upgrades since it was built in 1938, making it one of Australia's oldest working treatment plants, which was managed by Dungog Shire Council until 2008 when Hunter Water took ownership. Nick Kaiser from Hunter Water says the upgrade will bring many benefits to the region.
At the moment, the wastewater treatment plant processes about 550,000 litres of wastewater, so that's sewage, every day, which is the equivalent of about 2,000 people. So this upgrade will allow for the new homes to be built, more people to be coming into the region, and an essential piece of infrastructure to allow for that growth.
Now with sport, Sarah Giuliano.
The Newcastle Knights have been buoyed by their third straight win of the season, a 20 points to 18 victory over the Gold Coast Titans. The Knights are presently tied for first on the NRL competition ladder with the Rabbitohs, following tries from Beau Scott, Dane Gagai and Jeremy Smith. But the match wasn't perfect. Captain Kirk Gidley says the team kept their cool in the last 5 minutes, with their spirit guiding them through to the end.
We need to work on some areas of our game, that's for sure, and completions weren't great, probably overall, but those two things, the desire to win has been there for 3 weeks, and it's nice to be 3 from 3 and going into a home game next week.
In Newcastle District Cricket, Merewether could become the first club in almost 60 years to win 4 two-day premierships in a row. The team has made it to the round after beating Hamilton Wickham yesterday at Townsend Oval. And in the FFA Cup, Broadmeadow Magic have taken a win over Lambton Jaffers 2-0 in yesterday's match at Magic Park. That's sport. I'm Sarah Giuliano.
2 in your RFM News Time, 26 to 8.